3 months ago, we decided to make an indie game about rollerblading and lo-fi. This is the result of 3 months of game development. We left university with massive ambition and wanted to make something really awesome. So we created this company, Voyager Studio, and we started small by making our first little game called Pub Idol. We made this game while still in uni, and it was published on the Play Store and was only really made so that we could figure out the process of game development. Pub Idol actually got the eyes of some publishers, and we recently did a big update, so check that out. But once Pub Idol was wrapped up, it was time to think of our next project. We started to think of how we could really serve an audience, and we were looking at communities that we were really interested in. So I'm really into rollerblading, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I noticed that the community is really in dire need of a good game to play. This, in combination with the lo-fi music genre, are two really unserved audiences in the gaming space, and that desperately need some attention. And media like games are a great way to drive engagement in these communities, so that's what we're here to do. So we're working hard on our indie game called Mizu. Mizu is a rollerblading game where you skate your way around the world of these 4 turtles. You grind and flow your way around to some vibey lo-fi, while having a complex list of tricks to use however you like. If this sounds fun to you, we'd love it if you could follow the link below and give us a little wish list on Steam. It would be really appreciated. Mizu has been coming along so smoothly, and we have so much stuff to show you guys, so let's jump right into it. After our last devlog, we've had so many changes. We modeled, rigged, and animated the new playable character, and this is the first set of clothing with much more customization to come in the future. Setting this all up to be modular was super time consuming, and we had to figure a lot out about clipping, weight painting, and adding new clothes. After that, we created a bunch of new animations that we iterated from the initial robot character. A lot of the animations were not snappy enough, and we needed them to be a lot more reactive. So now, when a player presses a button or does a trick, it gives you instant dopamine, and it's starting to feel really good. One thing no one seemed to understand immediately though was the control layout, so we paid extremely close attention to the way people were pressing buttons. And it was immediately clear that the jump had to change, so we added a quick jump that's kind of smaller, but it allows the player to make quick decisions and jump over little edges that would otherwise kill you. We also noticed that players generally had no idea what to do unless we told them. So we made a few tutorial levels that teach the player like how to jump and grind and do cool tricks with these pop-up prompts. This made the overall learning curve substantially easier, although we'll be sure to include a skip option so anyone that wants to speedrun the game should be able to. After the tutorial, you're thrown into the dojo. This is where you can really practice and get familiar with the grinding, flips, and ground tricks to use in the fishbowl. All of the tricks raise in complexity, especially when you start to combine them together. We wanted the player to be able to express themselves however they wanted to, so including grinds from aggressive side of skating, slalom style stuff, and wizard skating is super important. This system needs to be fun and complex as it's what you'll be traversing the worlds with. These are the 4 map designs so far. Some more rendered than others, but each with its own flair. Each world has its unique set of NPCs that challenge you with quests, dialogue, and push the story forward. At this point, we've completed the fishbowl map model and basically all of the fishbowl assets, so we can start to create the levels. These assets in combination with the greenery and toon shaders are starting to look really good, and we have about 5 levels so far. We're excited to start building out the 120 or so crazy levels of the game. All of these assets are modular so that we can kind of piece together the puzzles of a city and design different types of buildings. We're going for like a New York City style vibe with this because we love the architecture. We also created this spine editor for making the levels a lot more streamlined as well. This cuts our development time in half as we don't have to drag parts of meshes together to create a level and can test new ideas in a matter of minutes. It's really helpful. We've also modeled a ton of assets for the other maps. Texturing is needed ultimately, but a lot of the heavy lifting has been finished. So we have the assets ready for making the 120 or so levels that we got to get through. Some of these assets also push the story forward. Here we have the 3 statues in the forest level. These statues are like the main quest points of the forest map. They're like the spirits of the forest that you serve and complete tasks for. We've also worked through a few of the major NPCs for these worlds as well. These guys will help you through your journey or give you challenges and quests to complete. They each have rewards to give so that you can customize your character or progress in the story. With NPCs like Sea Dog, he teaches you his old ways at the dojo and generally helps you out throughout the game. This is the Forest King. He's the self-proclaimed ruler of the forest and reigns terror on Coral with his lackeys. This is the Headless Skater. She loses her head and needs help to find it. And who knows what you might find on the Techno Turtle, we don't even know yet. We added this sweet little grind effect on the player too, so it's very clear when the player is on a rail, and the trail of sparks adds a nice point of focus so the player doesn't get lost amongst the environment. There's also this jump effect that thrusts the player upwards and into the sky so you can do cool tricks in the air. To bring the lo-fi genre into the game, we decided that each world has different music based on the popular niches in lo-fi. We have a more like jazzy city style, a forest lo-fi or like an ambient one, lo-fi for ghosts, and more synthwave for the Techno Turtle. These sounds, accompanied by skating sounds we collected from Real World, are also in the game. We also created this splash art of Mizu for our Steam page that you can go and wishlist from right now. Obviously, this is all really quite ambitious and we're a pretty small team, so each of us have to wear a ton of fun hats. So here is a short little clip of how it's all looking put together, everything in the same scene, all the character animations, everything. Here you go. Please let us know where you'd like to see improvement and what kind of stuff you'd like to see in the game. We're working hard to make the best rollerblading lo-fi game we can, so make sure you share to anyone that loves the genre and wants more Mizu. Our current goals are working on wrapping this all up and making a demo for people to play, so stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for watching. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and thank you for helping us to achieve our dream. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Bye bye!
Wishlist.